So Keegan Bradley will only be a captain for Team USA. Here are his captains picks: Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Cam Young, Patrick Cantlay, and Sam Burns. They'll join the automatic qualifiers: Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spaun, Xander Schauffele, Harris English, Russell Henley, and Bryson DeChambeau. As promised, let's bring Mark and Bob in the conversation now. And Mark, Keegan Bradley doesn't pick himself. What do you think? Was this the right decision?
Well, for me, I think it's the wrong one, Scully, because there's multiple players on this team where I find difficulty finding metrics that show me that they belong on this team more than Keegan Bradley. Now, I do understand the other side of the argument. There are many things to do as a captain, but that's what your assistants are for. And your main job here is to win on U.S. soil. And I think by not picking himself, he's weakened this team. And the other question I have for all this, and Bob, maybe you can make sense of this for me, Weeksy, because in Keegan's own words, there was a time a few months ago where he was on this team. He verbalized that. He admitted that he was going to be on this team, but he said so many guys played their way onto this team. So am I supposed to believe that Morikawa Summer put him on this team, or am I supposed to believe that Patrick Cantlay, having a couple of decent outings in the playoff, is that what does it? Is that what kicks off Bradley off this team?
It's really hard to try and figure that out. I mean, I don't understand. I think that he made the right move by not putting himself on the team, because I don't think you can do both jobs. I don't think you can play and be captain. There is a ton of stuff that goes in to being captain, notably picking the right groups. Now, most of the time you have that all sort of laid out ahead of time, but you got to go out there and you got to watch your guys. You can't be sitting there playing one match. And if he loses, if he was ever to lose, he would just get absolutely eviscerated by picking himself as a team. Now, I don't agree with some of the players he picked as well. That doesn't mean he should have been on the team, but I don't agree with Colin Morikawa like you. And like you, I don't agree with Patrick Cantlay. I think they missed the boat by not taking Maverick McNeely, who is a long bomber. I know a lot of people don't know him that well, and he is a great putter, probably one of the top 5 putters on the PGA Tour. And I also think you could have brought in, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of other guys in there that I thought you might be able to get, but Maverick McNeely is, to me, the one guy that stands out in there. Brian Harman is also a great putter, and you can pair him up. He may not be great off the tee, maybe not long enough for this golf course, but I don't know what you think about that, Mark. But I think those are the 2 guys I would have put on the team.
Yeah, the third name I might throw out there, Bob, just because, the captain's picks are there for a reason. They're to pick players who have played great recently. That's why they're there. Otherwise, we'd have a 2-year qualifying period and just take the top 12. And it's hard for me to find a better player or a more deserving player in the last, say, 6 to 7 weeks on the PGA Tour than Chris Gotterup. He wins the Genesis Open. He follows it up with a wonderful performance at the Open Championship at Royal Portrush, and played well in the playoffs. So to your point, Bob, I'm agreeing with you on those. The 2 guys that stand out for me, Skulls, are the same 2 guys that jump out for Bob, which is, Cantlay and as well Morikawa. And I also think there's, there was an opportunity here to maybe change the culture as well in this room. And I think they missed the boat on that. And Scully, I'll ask you what I'm scratching my head at. When Keegan Bradley said a couple of nights before, there are players who believe they're on this team who are not going to be on this team. Was that just a direct quote speaking to Brian Harman? Because I don't see anything else here that speaks to anybody else.
Yeah, it might have been. It might have just been for a little drama to try to build it all up. I mean, guys, in my mind, Keegan Bradley is one of the top 12 American players in the world. I just think he was named captain far too early. There are other circumstances as well, which led Keegan Bradley to be the captain. And Mark, to your point about Chris Gotterup, this goes all the way back to 2014 when Billy Horschel went on a tear to win the FedEx Cup. Wasn't on the Ryder Cup team because the picks were already named. Gotta love Ryder Cup talk. We'll have tons of Ryder Cup talk as we head into the tournament.